Hey everyone, welcome back to NeraVibes. Have you ever wanted to build your own AI agent, a digital employee that actually works for you? If you have, then you're in the right place. Today on NeraVibes, we are starting our biggest series yet, the AI Agent Masterclass, Build Your First Digital Employee. Over the next 5 videos, I'm going to walk you through the entire process. But we have to start with a serious warning for part 1. The title says it all. Your first AI agent will fail unless you do this first. It's a mistake I see all the time. But don't worry, the goal of NeraVibes is to help you get this right from the start. Let's dive in.
I mean, wow, that quote really just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Expensive toys destined to become digital shelfware. It's this all too common story, right? You get super excited about AI, you dive in, you build something, and then it just sits there, collecting digital dust. It doesn't actually do anything useful. That is exactly what we are going to make sure does not happen to you. So, what's the secret sauce? What's the real difference between a game-changing AI agent and one of those expensive toys? You might think it's about having the absolute best technology, or picking the perfect platform, or writing the most elegant code. But it's not. It's not any of that. The single biggest predictor of whether you're going to succeed or fail, it comes down to one word: strategy. Okay, so here's the trap that almost everyone falls into. We get so excited about the how. Ooh, should I use this framework or that language? What platform is the best? And look, that's the fun stuff. I get it. But that's the failed approach. The winning approach, the one that actually works, it flips the script entirely. It doesn't start with how, it starts with why. As in, why am I even building this? What specific, painful, real-world problem am I actually trying to solve? And this leads to another huge problem. I love this term for it, the paralysis of potential. You know what this is. It's when you start brainstorming and you realize, whoa, an AI agent could do everything for my business. It could handle sales, marketing, operations, you name it. And that massive potential, instead of being inspiring, becomes completely overwhelming. You have so many options that you don't know where to start, so you end up doing nothing at all. All right, let's make this super concrete. Let's pretend for a minute you run a specialty t-shirt store. Think about all the things an AI could do. You know, it could build this super complex model to predict inventory needs. That'd be amazing. Or it could be a 24/7 sales assistant on your website, giving personalized recommendations. Also amazing. Or it could just handle the same 30 boring, repetitive emails you get every single day. So you're looking at these 3 incredible options. Where on earth do you start? See? This is that paralysis in action. This is the exact point where most projects just stall out. So how do you break through that paralysis? Well, the answer comes from the world of startups, and it's called the minimum viable product, or MVP. It's a simple but incredibly powerful idea. It means you pick one, and I mean just one, specific, tangible problem for your agent to solve first. Not the whole grand vision, just one single thing. And let me tell you, this decision right here is the most important one you will make in this entire process. All right, back to our t-shirt store. Let's get really practical here. To figure out what our MVP should be, we can't just guess. We have to map out the real pain points. We got to get these problems out of our heads and put them down on paper or a whiteboard, somewhere we can actually look at them, compare them, and make a smart decision. So, first up, we've got what we'll call problem A, the customer service bottleneck. And the nickname for this one is just perfect, the leaky faucet. You know exactly what this feels like. It's that constant drip, drip, drip of the same questions over and over and over. Where's my order? Are you open on Sundays? Do you ship to Canada? Each one is tiny, but together they create this massive puddle of wasted time. It's a huge time suck, and it drives you nuts. Okay, next is problem B, the supply chain nightmare. And its nickname is even scarier, the ticking time bomb. This is the big, scary, high-stakes problem. You've got an 8-week lead time on your shirts from a factory halfway across the world. If you guess the inventory wrong, you're not just losing a little bit of money. We're talking a direct 5-figure hit to your bottom line. Get this wrong, and it could seriously hurt the business. And finally, we've got problem C, the empty online store. Or, as I like to call it, the missed opportunity. Here's the deal. In the physical shop, you're a genius. You're the expert. You can talk to any customer, figure out what they need, and find them the perfect t-shirt. That's your superpower. But your website, it's just a boring, impersonal catalog. All that expertise, that personal touch that makes your brand special, it's completely gone online, and you can see it in your low conversion rates. Okay, let's take a breath. We've got our 3 big problems laid out.
the time suck, the ticking time bomb, and the missed opportunity. Now here's another fork in the road. A failing project tries to be a hero and solve all three at once. A successful project is smart. It picks one, just one, strategic first win. So the million-dollar question is, how do we choose? We're not going to guess. We're going to use a really simple but powerful decision framework. We're going to look at each of these problems through three lenses. First, feasibility. Basically, how easy is this thing to actually build? Second, impact. What's the return on investment? How much value will this create, and how fast? And third, foundation. Does solving this problem now set us up for bigger wins down the road? Is it scalable? Okay, let's run our problems through the framework. Let's start with the big, scary one. Problem B, the supply chain nightmare. Feasibility? Oh man, that's hard. With a capital H. This needs complex predictive models, tons of data. This is not a beginner project. It's a year 3 project. So verdict? Absolutely not our MVP. Let's put that one on the shelf. Okay, what about problem C, the online sales expert? Feasibility is medium to hard. It's a great idea for sure, but for a first project, the risk of it not working is just too high. It's a fantastic idea for phase 2, but not for phase 1. So when you cross off the really hard one and you table the medium hard one for later, the choice becomes incredibly clear, doesn't it? Problem A, that leaky faucet customer service agent, is the undeniable winner. It scores high on everything. We've just found our MVP. But let's really hammer home why this is the perfect first step. Feasibility? It's relatively easy. Why? Because you're not guessing. You already have the data. You know the questions people ask, and you know the right answers. What about impact? It's high and it's immediate. I mean, think about it. Saving hours of your team's time every single day, that's a massive, tangible win you'll feel right away. And finally, foundation. This is the secret genius of it. The knowledge base you build for this simple little agent, that becomes the brain for your future, more complex sales agent. So you're not just solving a small problem, you're building the foundation for your entire AI strategy. See? It's not about starting basic, it's about starting foundational. Okay, that's a lot of theory, I know. So now I want to switch gears and give you something you can actually do. Like today, right after you finish this. No software, no coding, no tech skills required at all. This is your zero-tech action plan to get the ball rolling. It's just 3 simple steps. You can think of it as your homework before we get into the fun tech stuff in part 2. What we're doing here is gathering and organizing the raw materials that will eventually become your agent's brain. All right, step 1 is to become a problem hunter. Your only tool is a notebook or a simple Google Doc. For the next week, just 7 days, your only job is to write down every single question a customer asks you. Doesn't matter if it's in person, over email, on the phone. Don't judge, don't filter, just collect. This raw list is going to become an absolute gold mine of data for your agent. Step 2, and this one's kind of fun. Map the mess. Grab a whiteboard or even just a big piece of paper and literally draw out what happens right now when a customer asks a question. You'll probably be shocked when you see how many little steps and back and forths are involved. This visual map is going to scream at you, pointing out exactly where the bottlenecks are and where an AI can help the most. And finally, step 3, create your project hub. This makes it real. Open up a free tool like Trello or Asana, create a new board called My AI Agent MVP, and make one single card that says, Finalize MVP problem statement. Now, here's the best part. Drag that card into the Done column. That's it. Boom, you have officially started. So let's just land the plane here with the single most important takeaway from this entire session. It's this. Strategy first, technology second. Always. Resisting that temptation to just dive in and start coding, and instead doing this foundational work first, I promise you, it is the single biggest predictor of whether or not your project is going to be a massive success. All right, that's the end of part 1. Thanks for sticking with me here on NeraVibes. You now know the critical first step that will save you a ton of frustration. Did this help clear things up? If it did, let me know by hitting that thumbs up button. It's a huge help for the NeraVibes channel. This is just the first video of our 5-part masterclass. To follow along and build your agent with me, make sure you subscribe to NeraVibes so you don't miss a thing. I'll be working on part 2 next, and you can expect it to drop very soon. I'd love to hear from you. What's the biggest challenge you're facing with AI agents? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next NeraVibes video. Keep the vibe going.